Act 2. Act 2 goes on for a little while until Tyson's fussing at Richard, making him scrub the floor. He's asking about Alazan Elliot. Tyson tells him, furthermore, you'll relegate yourself to the kitchen. You should be a mulish boy. You may go, Richard. Tappercoon says, I'm nothing but the justice here, of course. But perhaps, even allowing for that, you could tell me what the devil you're up to. And I come in. Look, Chaplain! Blood! Fee-fi-fo-fum, can you smell it? Now, what have you been doing, says Margaret. Isn't it beautiful? A splash from the cherry red river that drives my mill. Well, yes, it has a cheerful appearance, but isn't it painful? I'm sure it's painful. How did you... Mother, I make it publicly known. I'm tired of my little brother. Will you please give him to some charity? Give me the faith and hope and the revolution of our native town. I've been hit on the head by 2/3 of a brick. The young fool climbed on the wall and addressed the crowd. They were getting discouraged. I told them how happy it made me to see them interested in world affairs, and how the conquest of evil was being openly discussed in this house at that very moment. And then, unfortunately, I was hit by a brick. What in the world have world affairs got to do with anything? I believe that brick should have been divinely delivered and richly deserved. Were you boys for the prisoners? Now surely, Uncle, as one of the town council, I should be allowed to grasp whatever concerns the welfare of the population. Nicholas, I agree, had no business on earth to be down there. I was on business of the soul, my sweetheart. Business of the soul. You may use that word once too often, Nicholas. Heaven or someone will take you seriously, then you would look foolish. Come with me and have your forehead seen to. But my big brother was on business of the flesh. By all the fires of Venus, weren't you, Humphrey? The hell do you mean, you little death watch beetle? Nicholas, will you come? Certainly, Mother. And that's all for me for Act 2. Skip on to Act 3, which I did have marked. In Act 3, Humphrey and Thomas talking. Humphrey says, you're mad and you're violent. I strongly resent finding you slightly pleasant. Thomas says, oh God, yes, so do I. I come in. As things turn out, I want to commit an offense. Does something prevent you? I don't know what offense to commit. What abysmal poverty of mind. This is a night of the most asphyxiating enjoyment that ever sapped my youth. I think I remember the stars gave you certain rights and interests in a little blonde religious. How is she, Nicholas? Your wife, Humphrey, your future wife, Humphrey, if that is who you mean, is pale, tearful, and nibbling a walnut. I loved her once, earlier today. Loved her with a passionate misapprehension. I thought you wanted her, and I'm always deeply devoted to your affairs. But now I'm bored, as bored as the face of a fish, in spite of the sunlit barley of her hair. Aren't I ready to marry her? I thought that was why we were mooning around celebrating. What more can I do to make you take her off my hands? It will stop old Miss Cartwright talking. Never. She's doom itself. She could talk a tombstone off anybody. Margaret comes in. Oh, there you are. Where you been? You go wandering, goose egg, pigberry, whatever that stuff is. Now go inside and be jolly like anyone else's children. Mother, I'd as soon kiss the bottom of a Barbary ape. The faces of our friends may be enchantment to some, but they wrap my spirits in a shroud. For the sake of my unborn children, I have to avoid them. Oh, now, be brave, Mother. They'll go in the course of nature. Margaret talks to Humphrey. Humphrey says he's unwell. Oh, Humphrey. Mother, he is officially sick and actually bored. The two together are as bad as a dropsy. Margaret, I must keep my mind concentrated, but pleasant things. Your uncle must do what he will. I've done what I can. Our mother isn't pleased. She's never learnt to yawn, and so she hasn't the smallest comprehension of those who can. Benighted brothers in boredom, let us unite ourselves in a toast of ennui. I give you a yawn. Yawn. To this evening, especially remembering Miss Cartwright. Yawn. To moral life, women, all government, wars, art, science, ambitions, and the entire fallacy of human behavior. We yawn again as Sinead comes in. And wake us in the morning with an ambrosial breakfast. Amen, amen. Humphrey Poppin, draw back the curtains. I have a sense of daylight. It seems they're facing east. Romulus, Remulus, Thomas and Janae. So, no moon. No moon. Let her have the last quarter. Janae goes on, and Thomas and Janae. Janae says, but you mustn't hinder me now. Not now. I've come a long-lived family, and I have some 60 years to use up almost immediately. I shall join the sucking pig. Please, take my arm. I'll guide you there. He shall do no such thing. Who's the host here? Impeccable manners, a certain temperature, a word more from you go out of this house. I hear a gay, modulating anguish, rather like music. It's the chaplain, extorting lightness of heart from the guts of his zeal, to the greater glory of God. Tyson comes in. What I hear your mother is agreeable to me in the smallest. A draft quite noticeable. I mean, expect members of my family. Is this courtesy, Mr. Mayor, to turn your back on a guest? Humphrey, will you explain yourself? Uncle, I came to cool my brow. I was on my way back. Don't keep us talking. I need to plunge again into that ice cap of pleasure in the next room. I repeat, my arm. I repeat, I'm the host. We do our exit.